Welcome all you Irish learner drivers to the Virtual Driving Instructors YouTube page. In this video I did a full mock test with one of my pupils Sean on Charlestown test routes. There was some good driving and there was some bad driving. In this video you're going to see exactly where Sean went wrong, all the marks that he gathered along the route and how he could have avoided to make any of these mistakes on his drive. Sean did this mock test one day before his driving test, which I usually wouldn't recommend, but we will see the results if he passed or failed at the end of the video. And before we jump into the video, I have one very small request. Hit the subscribe button and give the video a like. I'm super excited to bring you all the content you will ever need to pass the driving test first time. And the more the channel grows, the more I can deliver to you. Please leave a comment explaining exactly what you'd like to see from this YouTube page. What type of content would you like to see? Would you like to see more mock tests? Would you like to see some of my in-person lessons? Or maybe some just personalized tips on how to pass the driving test? Your support is massively appreciated, but enough of the boring stuff, let's get straight into the mock test. Okay, right. We're going to start off with a few rules of the road and theory questions.
Deadly.
So can you tell me what number 15 here means?
Clearway.
Okay, can you tell me what number...
No, wait, that's a pedestrian zone.
Cool, and can you tell me what number 9 is?
National speed limit.
And then what about number 23?
Cul-de-sac.
Cool, and then what if you go for 139 down here?
Contraflow bus lane.
Cool, what about number 100?
Harbour Bay area.
Okay, and then what about, see number 63 down here, what's this road marking mean?
No IG.
Okay, cool. And can you tell me what the rules to a yellow box are, please?
Don't stop in the yellow box unless you're turning right into the yellow box.
And
don't occupy it, basically. Sorry.
It's okay. And can you tell me the 3 times it's okay to overtake on the left? We usually overtake on the right hand side, and there's 3 times we're allowed to overtake on the left.
If the traffic's moving faster, if the car on the right is turning right, I know.
It's okay. Can you tell me what the rules to the operation of the horn is, please?
I have no idea that one.
Okay, and 5 places it's illegal to park your car.
On the brow of a hill, on a bend, double yellow lines, within 5 meters of traffic lights.
One more.
Nope.
Go on. Give it some thought.
Is it really, like really obvious?
You can, as long as it's illegal.
And then no parking zone.
Bang on. Cool. You don't want to give up too easy on it. Always throw some out there, even if they're even if they seem silly.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. We're gonna open up the engine. I'm gonna do a quick bonnet check. Cool. Okay. Where's the engine oil go?
There.
Coolant. Which one?
This one. No. Shit. This one.
Cool. What about the battery?
There.
How do you check the level of the engine oil?
Turn the engine off, wait for the engine to cool down, take out the dipstick, wipe the bottom off, and then dip it back in and check the level.
Cool. What's the minimum tire tread depth?
1.3 millimeters.
Cool. Alright, you can close up the engine. Okay, what I want you to do is jump in the car, keep the engine on, pull down your window so you can hear me, and we're going to check the lights around the car. In this part of the exam, the examiner is going to do a walk around checking your car, inspecting lights, indicators, brake lights and discs in the window, including tyres to make sure your car is road worthy. Sean has done alright so far. He has gathered a grade 2 for his theory, a grade 1 for his bonnet check, and now in a second you're going to see him smash the secondary controls where he gathers no marks whatsoever, except for a little bit of nerves. Okay, perfect. Now before we head off, a few secondary controls in the car. How do you demist the rear window? How do you wash the front windscreen? You weren't patient enough on the first one.
Sorry.
What did you do the first time?
Flicked it in.
Hold it longer.
Okay. Is all this going in?
There we go. How do you turn on your headlights?
Will I do it or just point to it? Like?
Show me. Perfect. All good?
Yep.
Cool. So that's the oral part of the exam concluded. We're now going to go on the drive. The drive will be on my direction only. If you're confused about any direction I give you along the way, ask me again, and I'll repeat myself. But if I stay silent, just follow the main road ahead, obeying any road markings and road signs you meet along the way.
Cool.
So, whenever you're ready, we're going to move off from here. We're going to head right towards the gate of the business park. Sean gathered 5 grade 1s, 14 grade 2s, and unfortunately 2 grade 3s on his mock test. This put Sean over the passing mark by 6 grade 2s and 2 grade 3s. In the rest of this video, we're going to cover what Sean did wrong and how he could have avoided these mistakes for his test. That'll do. Straighten your wheel up when you stop.
Yeah.
Okay, right, we're done. How do we feel?
I did stupid stuff I've never done before.
Like what?
Like taking off in second gear. There was a red light I should have stopped, or an amber I should have stopped at.
Where was the amber light you should have stopped?
I don't remember. I just remember being that's gonna be something.
I thought the driving was really good. There's some errors on it for sure. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's definitely some things that we could brush up, but it wasn't by any means a terrible test.
Yeah.
But by any means, it wasn't a terrible test. You were quite neat for the most part.
Yeah.
Like very neat for the most part.
I was really nervous. Like
I could tell.
It's the whole like test dynamic.
Yeah.
Gets me.
Are you sure the amber light wasn't the one you stopped for that you maybe felt like you should have kept going? I'm finding it hard to remember where this amber light was.
I'm trying to think where it was.
There was one where we just came off the bridge and we turned right and the light just went amber as we came up to it. But you reacted to that fine.
No, there's another one I can't think.
It was the one.
It was before that.
Was it taking a left? We came out of the estate and we were taking a left where the old Catholic church used to be.
It might have been.
Because that's like the only other traffic light we really met.
Yeah, well then it probably was that.
Or was it the one at the very beginning with the left turn? Where there was a flashing amber.
I did that wrong. I didn't see the markings on the road where the yield was because they're like gone.
Yeah.
But like I realised that as I was going through that there was a yield.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what does flashing amber mean?
Go if safe to do so.
Okay, and how are you going to know if it's safe to do so?
Maybe you can see.
And could you see
No,
very
I
well?
couldn't.
No, so you should
That's what
have.
I was like. I was confused
Yeah.
with that myself, but it was only when we were going through it I could see where the markings were at
Yeah.
one stage.
Yeah.
But no, that got me like that.
If you can see markings, kind of assess where the curb is.
Yeah.
That should be a bit of space for you to get up to, because like people coming from the other side aren't going to just turn in on top of that
Yeah.
curb.
Yeah.
Get me? So you can use the edge of the road as your next reference.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I failed.
do you know why?
No.
You don't remember where you might have got some grey trees? At any point in time, did the car stay on the road for the entire test?
Oh, I hit the curve when we
Yeah.
were pulling in for the hand signals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight after the turnabout, you put yourself under an unnecessary amount of pressure to get parked soon.
Yeah.
You should have continued on down the road until you had a cozy
Yeah.
place to park. Because not only did you hit the curb, but you were blocking a driveway too.
Yeah, that's what I thought it
Get
was.
me?
I was blocking the
And-
driveway.
I get that sometimes when you've only got like, because none of them houses had a whole lot of big walls separating the house.
Yeah.
So you just keep driving
Okay.
until you find that legal
Okay.
place. Unless the examiner gets involved and says, it's okay, you can just park it here for a moment. You can
Yeah.
vocalize what you want and say, sorry, I'm just going to look for a better spot down the road.
Yeah.
He or she's just going to be like, fine,
Okay.
whatever. But yeah, tipping off the curb and then in front of the driveway,
Yeah, no, I knew as soon as I did.
it's not right. There's times where you're too much in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, like middle to left is what you're aiming for. And when there's parked cars, we kind of go against that rule to put ourselves out into an overtake position, or at least the doors width away, which you also picked up a mark for. Yeah, when you're turning onto new roads or when you're turning onto like new junctions, you should be aiming for that middle position on it.
Yeah.
Not hanging out more to the right. Like there was one when we came off, we turned second exit right at a mini roundabout and you kind of went straight to the middle. And just before our left turn, that kind of set us a bit wrong for the left turn because
Yeah.
we were a bit too wide.
Yeah.
Then when we turned off the mini roundabout going by and the Finglas Garda station again, same thing, you came off the roundabout, leaned to the right side,
Yeah.
which you should be in the middle or a little bit more to the left. Position at cross junctions, that was for the left turn at the traffic light. Yeah, you should have made your way up to the end of that road, not held back.
Yeah.
Observation at roundabouts, you need to be a little more in that left mirror
Okay.
because you're not checking it at all.
Yeah.
And like pretty much every roundabout there wasn't a single look in that left mirror when you were exiting. And there should be a little bit of check in the roundabout as you're passing exits.
Yeah.
Like very casually though, like you're turning, quick look, turn a bit, quick look, and then signal left, mirror, start straighten up, mirror again. Mini roundabouts, a single mirror check is fine.
Yeah.
Bigger roundabouts, 2 to 3.
Okay.
You should be well able to, especially when we came off that Finglas roundabout. Should have been way more active in the left mirror because there's 2 lanes there. Like, you could have someone being cheeky in the left lane, and you don't want to close in on them. If they're there, you can land a bit more right and let everybody kind of merge in together. Do you get me? Then we've got the stationary vehicles. Yeah, do you remember when we went down by where Kappa Church used to be?
Yeah.
And we were on that road with the school. It was a 50 zone. Just a couple of parked cars in the path.
Yeah.
It's like you were trying to stay in your lane rather than pop a signal on, move across the line, keep your doors width away from the cars.
Yeah.
A bit further down the road then, we had some cars coming off the mini roundabout that made everything tight again. And you should slow down, which you kind of did. You just did it a little bit late.
Yeah.
You know? You were kind of down to second gear after the problem had gone. Because you were doing second gear more for the roundabout at that point than you were for the hazards.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So when it gets tight and you can't keep your distance, slow it down a bit. But when you can keep your distance, keep your distance. That's the one we want to favour. Okay? Gears we moved off in second, as you know.
Yeah.
I even gave you a little tap on
I know,
it too.
I saw that and then I was like, oh.
You're like, what the hell's he doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's he touching the gear stick for? I'm driving. I was trying to give you a little...
I was like, is he doing something down there
No.
or changing? And then I looked down and I was like, oh,
You went to go to 2 and it was like, oh,
yeah.
crap. But then right away at roundabouts, there was a second exit to the right.
Yeah, I don't know why I let them go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't really show me that you understand them.
Yeah, no, but as soon as they were there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, but then on your manoeuvres, reverse around the corner, perfect.
Yeah.
You could have probably picked it up a bit in the speed at the end.
Yeah.
Because it was perfectly safe. You were nice and straight. You could have probably, progressed a little bit, but it picking hairs at that point. Turnabout was really good too. Like, everything was really, really neat. You were cautious about the children around you. You took your time. Don't ruin it with the finish.
Yeah.
Be patient. Find a place to park that's easy. Okay. Position turning left sometimes is a bit wide.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was one time on the dual carriageway, we turned onto the Finglas Road.
Yeah.
When you took that corner, you kind of wobbled over the middle line as you came back in.
Yeah.
And that was mainly because of your speed, and because of your position. It was more because you were going so quick that you had to kind of work to keep it in position rather than keeping it a little bit slower, steadier, and then when you get the straight, then put the boot along. But and then observation turning right, sometimes you're not doing the last look on the left.
Yeah.
And when we came off that slip road where you thought you were positioned wrong,
Yeah.
as you came up there, you were all eyes on the turn, like not a single look to the left.
Okay.
And it's not that you're looking for cars, you're looking for the odd cyclist that might breach the light, especially because that side doesn't have a left turn to take, so it's not like they're worried coming through that. They're just staying along the curb the whole way and they feel safe. But then you come out, if you're in good position, you'll squash them in. If you don't look, you're not going to know they're there.
Yeah.
And then a signal, when we went around the roundabout and you get forced into the right lane because the bus lane starts?
Where?
The big roundabout on the Finglas Road.
Yes.
We went straight through, like the first big roundabout, the first roundabout at all you dealt with.
Okay.
So when you were going through that, when you went around and seeing the arrows, you did a check, but I'd pop a signal on there.
Yeah.
Mainly because there is another lane that can come along with you.
Yeah.
If there was no option for cars to be coming up on your right, it's not a big deal if you don't signal. But because you have the potential of another car going straight through that roundabout in the right lane, pop a signal on. Okay? And I would like to see you put just a little more effort into your observation changing lanes.
Yeah.
It's a bit quick. It's like check, signal, go. And you kind of look again as you move in. I want to see you check with a signal without any intention of moving. On the second check, you're going to go, it's clear to move. And then as you move in, you might do a casual little peek over.
Yeah.
So you're going to do a check with the signal, but with no intention of moving. So you're staying clean in your lane, check, signal. You should look forward again, check again, and now, if it's clear, I'm moving in.
Okay.
Do you get me?
Yep.
You were nice and cautious coming onto the slip road, because there was a blue car that did decide to move over as we were going in. But I'd probably put the signal on a bit earlier.
Okay.
If you use more of the slip road to get most of the work done, all you've left to do by the merge is check. But you waited quite late to put the signal on, which isn't a huge deal as long as it's useful to people. But yeah, I probably would have, as I came about halfway down that slip, I'd have the signal on and I'd be positioned right and I'd be just purely on observation on that one.
Okay.
Everything else was really good though. Like, you were always checking your mirrors with your signal, which is great. When you were coming up to junctions, you were very cautious. Like, there was one I was very happy with at the Finglas Garda station. When we came up to that mini roundabout the first time, you went down to second. You seen that you couldn't see where the car on the other side is going because them chevrons block you from seeing any signals. You went to one, The car exited, you cracked on.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly how a competent driver would do it. Like, I'm not sure, into one, they moved, carry on. What a learner does is that they go brake, clutch, don't know where they're going, into one, oh, they exited the roundabout, crap, I got it wrong, this is bad, like, I'm not doing great here. You were just like, okay, carry on. And that's what a fully licensed driver looks like. It's just like, I wasn't sure, it went to one, cool, we're good, we carry on. Do you get me? Yeah. And you know when we were doing the hill start, I asked you to pull in and move off again? Yeah. They don't tell you you're doing a hill start in the test, by the way, they just ask you to pull in, and when you're ready, move off again. I would have cancelled the signal till they were all gone.
Yeah,
I could see you debating
sure on that one. I did. Like, I had my hand on it and was like, oh shit.
Like, it's no harm to have it on. It's not like, it's not the biggest deal, but you might get someone flashing you to proceed on, and then you're put under a bit of pressure. Yeah. And you're not obligated to go until it's clear. Yeah. Do you get me? So although you had your signal on, everybody went around you anyway, and it was all safe by the time you got going. But I personally would keep the signal off, keep my eyes on them. When they're gone, click, shoulder, move. Yeah. Okay? Okay. But yeah, the driving was really good. Like, I'm very confident about tomorrow.
I'm glad you were, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what else do you think is missing?
I don't know. I won't be confident until I have the slip in my hand saying that I passed.
But like, you can drive a car, right?
Yeah.
Can you turn left?
I can.
Can you turn right?
I can.
Can you deal with roundabouts?
Mostly.
Yeah, a little bit of observation to work on. Can you? Are you doing it nasty with the car? Is the car really rough all the time?
No.
Are you generally observing at junctions?
Yeah.
The one or two slip ups on it, but yeah, 100%. You're getting most of it correct. And I am the nastiest examiner in this as well.
And the grade 3 was like a once in a blue moon. Yeah. I'm just saying. Like, to defend myself.
I haven't seen you do that in any of our lessons.
No. Like, that was, I think I was nervous about doing a mock test.
But just make sure you give yourself the time to pull in again. Don't be thinking as soon as possible. Yeah. Think the next safe opportunity, safe, legal, convenient opportunity, I'm going to take to pull in. But if you just think, I got to stop now, you'll look at a gap, it might be a bit tight to the driveway, or you might have to budge into the curb a bit more, and you might make a silly decision. Yeah. Do you get me? But yeah, I'm happy overall. Let's just see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah. Deadly.
Right, come on, let's get going home.
Thank you for watching this video the whole way through. You are a truly dedicated learner to watch this video all the way to the end, as it's not always the most exciting stuff. I don't think Seán was entirely happy with his mock test, even with my words of encouragement throughout, but most learners aren't happy with their driving. Learners tend to be overly critical about the mistakes when they don't really know if the examiner thinks that the mistake they made was a genuine mistake. Let the examiner decide this. Don't be marking yourself along the drive. Like we explained, Seán did this mock test one day before his driving test. And his mock test, he was over the mark by 6 grade 2s and 2 grade 3s, which are automatic fails. We did a bit of practice before his exam, focusing mainly on the mistakes that he made in the test. And well, he passed his test. Seán sailed through the driving test with very few marks made, and he couldn't be happier. All the stress of the day before and the practice sessions leading up to his mock test were all worth it in the end, because Seán's on the road now with the full license. Super happy for Seán and his result. I did try catch the results on camera, but I forgot to hit record. Thank you all for watching. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and help me help you pass the driving test first time.